It's cooked, guys. It's cooked. The WNBA is officially cooked, man. Sophie Cunningham will probably be going to Project B as well. I can already see the writing on the wall. And these WNBA players, we have forgotten one thing in this with the CBA argument that is currently going on. It's not just the amount of money. The WNBA wants exclusivity, which means they don't want these players playing in unrivaled or project.
WNBA is in trouble. Serious trouble. Sophie Cunningham just lit a match with her comments about the fans, and the league is feeling the heat. But that's honestly the least of their problems. A brand new league called Project B just showed up, and they're tossing around money like it grows on palm trees. We're talking life-changing, walk away from your career right now bags. Then Angel McCoughtry dropped a bombshell, Caitlin Clark leaving? Yeah, that's basically confirmed at this point. The WNBA can't even sniff the numbers Project B is offering. So here's the real question. If someone offered you 20 times your salary, would you stay out of loyalty, or would you pack your bags without looking back?
Sophie Cunningham making some comments about WNBA fans, what she believes fans may not have right about WNBA players, and how a lot of fans feel about, I would assume, hard plays, aggressive plays. I'm not quite sure. I think there's a difference between hustle plays and aggressive defense and then dirty play. So I assume she wouldn't mean dirty.
Right. Let's break down this whole Sophie Cunningham mess, because it perfectly explains how the WNBA keeps tripping over its own shoelaces. She jumped on a podcast trying to defend players, saying fans just don't get them. According to her, being fiery and unfiltered on the court doesn't mean that's who they are off it. And in her mind, if fans actually understood their personalities, they'd suddenly fall in love with them.
I'm not just speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking on behalf of probably the whole league, that when people see us competing and trying to fight to do anything it takes to win, because this is a hard league, that they automatically think that's what you're like off the court. People need to get to know us players more. And I think if they do, they fall in love with us. And so not judging the competitive.
Sounds good in theory, right? But here's the problem. Sophie ended up sounding like she was lecturing the fans, like they're clueless, like their opinions don't matter, like they're somehow wrong for reacting to what they literally see on the court. She's basically telling the same people who buy the tickets, watch the broadcasts, and keep the league alive that they don't understand the game. Yeah, not exactly the best PR move, and then she doubled down. She claimed fans can't tell the difference between being competitive and playing dirty. But fans aren't stupid. They know what a cheap shot looks like. They know the difference between hustle and hostility. When they call out dirty plays, it's not because they're confused, it's because they saw a foul in HD.so. Of course, the whole thing landed like a brick. To a lot of people, it just confirmed what they've suspected for a while. Some players think they're above criticism. And the WNBA cannot afford that attitude right now, especially with Project B heating up in the background, because while Sophie was out here scolding fans, Angel McCoughtry dropped a nuclear truth bomb about the league's real problem. A six-time All-Star with 15 seasons under her belt just laid it all out. And what she revealed about Project B makes the WNBA look like it's paying players in Monopoly money.
And she makes some comments about Project B that's very interesting. And I think she's saying the quiet part out loud, that some players may forego the WNBA, not unrivaled, the W, in order to play.
And get this, Angel McCoughtry wasn't just throwing opinions around. She dropped cold, hard numbers showing why staying in the WNBA could be the worst financial decision any top player makes right now. She even said she'd be Caitlin Clark's protector, proving she actually gets the league. When McCoughtry talks money, people listen, and what she revealed should terrify the WNBA. Here's the reality check. The WNBA max contract tops out around $250,000. Sounds decent until you hear what Project B is offering. Their minimum salary, yes, even for benchwarmers, is $2 million. 8 times the WNBA max for players who might not even start a game. McCautry laid it out bluntly. If you're making $250,000 in the WNBA and Project B offers $2 million minimum, who says no? The math isn't complicated. That's life-changing money for everyone in the league, and it gets worse for the WNBA. Project B isn't just paying big, they're giving equity. Players own a piece of the league. If the league takes off, that stake could be worth millions. Suddenly, these athletes aren't just earning a paycheck, they're building wealth. The WNBA? No ownership, no long-term security, just contracts. McCautry didn't stop there. She asked the big question: if you could make $5 million, why grind through a WNBA season? Same wear and tear, but far less cash. She crushed the idea that players want to stay in the US out of loyalty. That was always a negotiating trick. The reality, she's played overseas, in Istanbul, of all places, and life was amazing: great basketball, incredible pay, culture, parties until dawn, breakfast at sunrise. Playing overseas wasn't a sacrifice, it was better. Project B now makes location irrelevant. Players go where the money is. Antarctica? Sure, if the offer is right, numbers speak louder than words. Unrivaled League pays $250,000, that seemed high. Project B? $2 million minimum. One Project B season equals 9 unrivaled seasons. Stars? Someone like AJ Wilson could pull $8 to $10 million. That's 8 to 10 times her WNBA salary. Caitlin Clark? $15 to $25 million a year could be on the table. That's not fantasy. Clark's $28 million Nike deal over 8 years? Project B could pay that in under 2. Generational wealth in under 24 months. The WNBA simply cannot compete. They lack the revenue, the sponsorships, the media deals. If Clark leaves, the league loses its biggest draw, attendance drops, ratings tank, momentum stalls. Loyalty isn't enough when the alternative is life-changing money. And Project B makes it crystal clear: players will follow the dollars anywhere, anytime. Europe, Asia, or Project B, the highest bidder wins. And while all this brews, Sophie Cunningham's fan-blaming comments make things worse. Fans are crucial, and alienating them at the exact moment the league faces a talent exodus? Disaster. Combine that with Project B throwing around insane salaries, and the WNBA's biggest star staring at a $20 million plus option, it's a perfect storm. McCautry's numbers don't lie. The WNBA's crisis isn't hypothetical, it's happening. The real question isn't if players leave, or if Caitlin Clark jumps ship, it's how fast, how many, and whether the league survives at all. Project B isn't just competing, it's rewriting the rules. The WNBA's dominance? Endangered. Caitlin Clark leaving isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. So, if this breakdown explains why the WNBA could lose its top stars and face its biggest shakeup ever, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. This story is just getting started, and you don't want to miss what happens next.